people like me. You need people like me so you can point your fucking fingers and say, that's the bad guy.
I thank the Lord for my many blessings. Don't stress and keep a vest for protection from the barrel of a Smith & Wesson. And all my niggas in the pen, here we go again. Ain't nothing separating us but my Mac 10. Born in the ghetto as a hustler. Hold up.
You don't gotta love me.
That's my whole life. You ain't gotta learn about what everybody thought about me. I mean this with all my heart. I'm ugly, I'm fat, I'm skinny. You ain't gotta love me. I swear it's like saying this with all my heart. Living a time I gotta understand. Yeah, I'm a thug and I love me. I mean this with all my heart. So you ain't gotta love me. My hands was often on my head. At times I really wish that I was dead. So much stress, so much pressure will make a thug blow up. And if they push the right button, I'm on to fuck shit up. They don't understand the trials and tribulations that I overcame, or how I cast a smile when I'm in pain. Some of you think you know me, but you really don't. I'm often misunderstood. That's why I like to smoke. But sometimes you gotta get high. Marijuana save me when it frees my mind. Go take the pain away. Shit, Tylenol PMs take the day away. I'm so hurt, I don't like to stay awake. I don't like to cry, I don't like to hate. And you will know my pain if you just ask. But you don't give a fuck, you rather bash. And I don't need no help. While you're looking at me, you should look at yourself. It seems like everybody perfect, Zack and Cody, sweet life. Everybody up in churches. And me, I'm the bad guy. Cause I'm a big tail up in church being alive. I know damn well I'm not an angel. And I'm like, if you are, what's the need of saving? My faith ain't in religion. And that's my decision. And you ain't gotta love me. You ain't gotta love me. On my heart. You ain't gotta love me. You ain't gotta love me. I'm saying this with all my heart. You ain't gotta love me. I grew up with everything wrong with me. Girls didn't like me. The niggas wanna fight me. Up in school, I had my own section because my Payless shoes was a Jones session. Let's not forget about the hand-me-down that my auntie's friend sister hand me down. When I got it, I was proud, ready to go to school. Like, look at me now. Now that I'm older, ain't shit different. And we're from school to society, fuck the trip. Cause I got a lot of tattoos, and I don't let shit slide without a fuck you. Yeah, I'm proud of you, thug. Better leave me alone, you fuck around and get mugged. Talking about because my shorts seem to hang low. You see my drawers, but look harder, there's a fofo. You really think I really wanna keep a strap? Look in my neighborhood, your ass better have that. Shit, I might carry a gun, but I don't make the guns, and that's the same with the drugs. In a way, I like to thank the drug kingpin. That's the only way a nigga be even eating. Man, it's hard to get a job with a background. They say nigga change that. I got a few kids now, my baby mama put your hate when the flames smothered out. I ain't tripping, that's cool. She get some cash aid, they come for you. Knowing damn well I'm struggling, at least she gets something. Shit, I don't get nothing. Please believe I keep the cash coming till I'm popping. I know you won't miss me, and you ain't gotta love me. You ain't gotta love me. I mean this with all my heart. You ain't gotta love me. You ain't gotta love me. I'm saying this with all my heart. You ain't gotta love me. I don't care what you're going through. You love yourself. You know what I'm saying? Them motherfuckers got problems too. And shit no motherfucker go throwing stuff.
What's up, fam? I got you.
You know what I mean? Love yourself. I love me.
Uh-oh. I ain't like the way that sounded. That's technical difficulty right there. Mic check, mic check. Yeah. Give me 1 second, man. I'm having a little technical difficulty. Mic check, 1, 2. All right, there we go. Mic check 1. All right. All right, man, real quick. Chino, what's happening, man? Thanks for tuning in, man. I got you. Looking forward to bringing you in, getting some insight from you on this topic, man. Give me 1 second, y'all. I'm over here trying to clear up some things. Ta-da. All right. So let's get into it, yeah. Oh man. Beautiful day in the neighborhood. Beautiful day in the neighborhood. Oh, let me cut it out. All right. The mindset of today's man versus the mindset of old school men. All right. One of my male viewers who is in his early 30s, hopefully he's tuning in. He's been sharing the link. He came up with the idea, right? And he asked me to tap in on this topic. He says, what in contrast is the mindset of the old school man in comparison to the men of today's generation? Yeah. What happened to cause such a dramatic shift? And is it better, for these modern times? Tune in as we discuss the pros and cons of both mindsets and how it's affecting the world in which we live in today. The old school mindset of men versus the mindset of today's man or today's generation. Let's say it that way. Give me 1 second, man. Let me see how I'm gonna do this one time for the one time. Bye. I gotta do some tricky stuff here. Yep. Get this quick, man. See how this works. What up, man? Give me 1 second. Let me see how I'm gonna do this. I've done it before. It's kind of tricky. I gotta finagle some things. All right, so you're there. It'd be so much easier if I had 2 separate cameras. Working on that right now. It's coming in due time. All right, cuz I got you. Boom. Get you there. Let me see. Bow. All right, that's you there. All right, let me get this out of my face. One time for the one time. There we go. Ta-da. All right, cool. So you there. 1 more second. Got somebody else trying to come in on this. So this is gonna be a hot topic, man. Apparently, it's gonna be a hot topic. And I'm glad that the guys are actually on board with this. It's a beautiful thing. Normally it gets kind of one-sided in here. It's one thing to hear it from me as one person. It's another thing to hear it. It's another thing to hear it from a voice outside of my own. And that's what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to get more people. Yes, you know what I'm saying? It's more voices need to be heard, you know what I'm saying, on this on various topics that I talk about.
Right.
Gotta get some more male voices in here, man. Why is he not pulling up? Let's see. I'm having a bit of a lag over here and I don't like it. So my apologies if things are looking kind of weird on y'all end. All right, let me see. Let me try this. Let's do it this way. There it is. Bang. All right, there we go. So it'll be popping in a second. All right. So, in the meanwhile, yeah. What's up, Jay? How you doing? Thanks for tuning in. In the meanwhile, man, let's get on this. The mindset of today's generation, the man of today's generation versus the mindset of the old school. A lot of this is going to be fantastic. There you are. Let me change this layout. Ant, come on up in here. Ant, are you there?
Yeah, you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. There you go. All right, cool, fantastic. Now we see you.
Okay.
All right. I was getting a little nervous there. There we go. That looks better. Let me pop this again from the beginning. The mindset of today's man versus the mindset of old school men. All right. One of the male viewers who is in his early 30s asked me to tap in on this topic. What in contrast is the mindset of the old school man in comparison to the men of today's generation? What happened to cause such a dramatic shift? And is it better for these modern times? Tune in as we discuss the pros and cons of both mindsets and how it affects the world in which we live in today. Real quick, let's go around the panel. Let's pop off some ages. I'll start with myself. I'm probably the baby of the bunch. I'm 46 years old.
I'm 50.
50. Ant?
53.
53. So it's safe to say that we are in comparison. We would be of the older mindset, yes?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
you can say that.
All right. Richard Pankey, what's happening, man? Thanks for tuning in. We got a young mind in the audience at the age of 36. That's not too far behind me, old enough to be my little brother. But in that age bracket, you will see just how much of a shift within those 10 years that really is. You see what I'm saying? Based off of some of his responses. We can go around the panel. What do you guys think as far as I have my idea? Obviously, we will have different views on it, but what do you think is what caused the shift in the mindset of the men from yesterday versus today?
The lack of discipline.
Okay. Lack of discipline. Give us a little bit more. What do you mean by lack of discipline? on like, give us an example of what you mean.
Okay. I'll just put it this way. Like, it's like we in a generation now to where it's like, you know, kids are more baby-fied. You feel what I'm saying?
Yes.
They're spoiled.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we wasn't spoiled as kids.
Okay. So you said lack of discipline. Are you saying like physical discipline, like chastising, spankings, things of that nature?
Right.
Okay.
Right.
So nowadays you do have they call it the alternative to physical chastising. They call it redirecting now.
Right.
No, honey, don't do this. There's a lot of negotiating with these kids. You know what I'm saying? Whereas in our generation, a kid was to be a kid. I'm not negotiating with a child. You know what I'm saying? Do as I say and say as I do.
Right.
Hence, there was a lot of lead by example.
Yeah.
Anything? What? Anything else?
Also, a lot of adults want to be friends with kids. You can't be friends with your kid and a parent at the same time. Like, I mean, you have to have a structure
Yes.
with your child. You know what I'm saying? You can't be buddy pals with your kid, because once you open up that door to where they can sit there and disrespect you, that's exactly what they're gonna do, and they're gonna continue to do that. You know, like you think it's, you know what I mean. Some parents today feel like, okay, oh well, that's my kid. They talking. You get into it with somebody, and then they come and they defending you. They cussing at that grown folk right in front of you,
Right.
and you like, oh yeah, that's my son. Oh yeah, that's my daughter. But you applying that. You applauding that. Okay, but then they turn around and do that same stuff to you. Now you mad. You in your feelings. But why you in your feelings though? Because you let that happen to an adult. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That should never ever happen when you let a child disrespect an adult. Ever.
100%. I agree with you. 100%. I agree with you. Definitely, there is too much. What's the best way to say it? There is too much. They're viewed as peers, treated as peers, rather than parent-child dynamics.
Right.
Absolutely. And anything?
No, it's pretty much swinging thoughts, you know.
Yeah.
And to add to it, I would say really there's no true leadership anymore.
Okay.
You got the blind leading the blind at this point, you know.
Right.
When I was coming up, it's pretty much older guys in the neighborhood. Even if they was doing wrong, they would still try to guide you in the right direction, you know.
Right.
So you don't have that anymore. You know, it's like either the older ones, or I'll say guys my age, don't want to get involved, or you just don't have that leadership. You got young guys telling another young guy what to do, and both of y'all are clueless.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all totally clueless as to what it takes to really be a man. So how can somebody 25 tell another 25-year-old what it actually takes? It's like
Right.
You need somebody that's going through the trenches to really tell you, hey man, this is the way you should go about it.
Right. Richard says coddling, 100%. So okay, so it's interesting you said that, right? So men don't know how to be men. So we recognize in our generation, we recognize the issue. How do we fix it? Our generation, let me say that. Let me rephrase that. Some of us in our generation recognize the issue. How do we come together and fix that? Or is it too late?
Well, I mean, it's not too late. It's just, people gotta want change. You know what I'm saying? Like, you have to want change. Can't nobody make you do something you don't want to do. You feel what I'm saying? Like, sometimes it takes to go through a rough patch in your life for you to really understand what it takes to change. You know what I mean?
Yes.
And then that's when you really get it. You know what I mean? It's sad to say that, but it's true. That's when people really start to realize and wake up like, wow, I could have avoided that, or wow, I lost this, or man, my mom gone, my dad gone, like what am I to do now? Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yes.
The pain changes you in ways that it can either elevate you or it can destroy you. One of the two.
Mm-hmm.
So the thing is, like, you have a choice. You have a choice. Either you're gonna let it elevate you, or you're gonna let it's gonna self-destruct you eventually. Just like what we're seeing every day in our community. It's like a self-destruction type mentality that's going on out here every day.
It's and this is the thing, and I don't want to seem like it's a gender bias thing, but the reason why I feel this is very important as far as keying in on the boys or the males is because if the male is supposed to lead, okay, the male is supposed to lead, and we don't have, if we're not teaching our sons, our nephews, you know what I'm saying, our grandsons how to lead, then this future generation is shot to shit anyway. You see what I'm saying? And it's not to say that women can't lead, but it's not really. Anybody can be taught something. Anybody can step up when forced to, but it's not it's not in their nature to lead. You know what I'm saying? When it comes to conflict, a mother, even in nature, a mother bear, a mother lion, a lioness, they'll protect their young. But aside from that, they generally don't. There is no fighting. You see what I'm saying? There has to be a reason. There has to be a reason as to why they are going to act that way. You see what I'm saying? Territory, protecting their youth, whatever have you. But in society and culture, it's the man that protects. But if we're not teaching our children, our sons, these boys, nephews, if we're not teaching them to stand up and how to stand up, you see what I'm saying? It's lost. You know what I'm saying? It's lost. Yeah. It's lost. Our generation, we're all in the same. Our generation, even down to the video games that we played fighting video games. Mortal Kombat, Street Fighter, Tekken, this, that, and the third. We didn't play Call of Duty first-person shooters, things of that nature. The sports that our parents put us in. Yeah, we played soccer and football, this, that, and the third, right? But we had karate, we had boxing, we had judo, we had taekwondo. These parents now don't put their children in that. Very few. Instead, they'll take their kid to a gun range. You see what I'm saying? But then you wonder why, when your kid's being bullied, first thing he wants to do is go grab the gun. Because this is what it's crazy, right? You at 50 and at 53. Okay. Do you now, of course, you know, let me ask you this. Do you know what a P89 is? Either one of you?
P89. No, I don't know what it is.
Okay, great answer. Ant?
No.
Now, see, so now what? Our generation, you both are older than me, don't know what a P89 is, P22, but you know what an AK-47 is. You see what I'm saying? Right. These kids can, so basically what a P89 is an 89 Ruger, okay? So it's a 9mm, okay? A P22 is a 22 handgun. So these kids can identify these handguns just based off of model numbers. You see what I'm saying? But can't identify a jab, a left hook, or a cross. But the two of you can. Yeah, you see what I'm saying? Thank you. He says it's a Ruger. So you get what I'm saying? Younger generation can identify these guns off of model numbers.
Yeah, well, part of that is because they wouldn't talk conflict resolution.
That too.
You know what I'm saying?
Because everything is.
I mean, these guys nowadays are like emotional little girls.
100.
You know what I'm saying? It was like we coming up. If you accidentally bumped into somebody, it was like, hey man, my fault. You know, you
If
good, bro.
You bumped into him.
Everything cool. It was like no big deal. Now you
Yes.
bump into somebody.
Yeah.
Oh nigga, dude, man, hold on, calm down, partner.
Right.
It was
Right.
like it was an accident.
You bump into somebody today, it's like it's war. Like
Yeah,
you bump
you
into them today, or you step on their shoe, or
Exactly.
it's like you gotta go to war with a cat today. Like, man, what is going on, man? What's up with the mentality of people today, bro?
Exactly.
It's
Before it was
weird.
like, hey man, my fault. It was an accident.
Right.
Didn't mean to do it. We both
Right.
move
Right.
on. But now you got everybody talking, running their mouth.
Mhm.
Oh, I'll do this. I mean, go ahead and do it because I ain't empty either, partner. So
Right.
you go,
Right.
you go ahead and make your move,
Right.
and we're gonna see how it turns out for both of us.
And I'm sitting, and I'm glad you brought that up, right? And I'm sitting there thinking about it, right? And it just hit me. I never thought about this before, but it's kind of crazy. We've all been in. Well, the three of us have been in clubs and been in that situation, right?
Mhm.
Here's the nutball thing. This is the part that throws me. I'm just sitting there thinking about it. You hear me say it a lot: the emasculation of the male, the feminized male. Okay. Logic versus emotions. You hear me say this 1,000 times over. The crazy thing about it is in that situation, as men, when a woman is materialistic, what do we call her?
What, one word in particular? Or?
Yes. Yes.
I can't narrow it down to one, but
It starts with a G. In fact,
I just say gold digger to make it
exactly.
Gold
We call them gold diggers. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Oh, this bitch ain't shit. And I don't call women bitches, but I'm a bitch for,
but it
oh,
comes
this
out.
bitch,
Yeah.
she ain't shit. She just
Right,
trying to rob me in my
right,
pockets. Da-da-da-da-da-da, right?
Right.
So now let me tie this into context. Remember, I was saying the feminized male, the emasculation of the. He's materialistic. Now he's caught up on these Jordans, or hey man, you scuffed up my right.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
To the point where he don't even want to accept the apology. Now he want to fight
Right.
off his emotions.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? When we start acting out a character, again, this is the mindset of old school versus young. When we start acting like a woman, our generation says, damn man, you so acting bitch made.
Exactly.
But now it's a whole generation. You know what I'm saying? And it's not, again, this is not to be, let me clarify, this is not to be shooting at women, calling them bitches and hoes and all that, even though, you know, back in the day, that was, we personified that gangster image or whatever have you. But, not but, because with a but follows an excuse. Women aren't bitches. Bitches are female dogs. The point that I'm getting at is we didn't like it in our generation and we stood against that shit.
Mm-hmm.
It didn't matter if it was, in fact, Aunt, we just talked about this in the previous podcast. If you so much as you called, it didn't even have to be his mother. If you called his sister a bitch, he was on your bumper.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Now, okay, Aunt, you in St. Louis. Cause you right here in Ohio. Both are part of America, worlds apart though. So this is the point I'm getting at, right? If a man, I got one in the queue. Who is it? If a man calls you, Aunt, you still there? Hold on one second.
Okay.
All right, something happened where you got dragged in, so let me kick this one out. There we go. If a man calls you a bitch, those fighting words.
Yeah, it's definitely
Yeah,
fighting
definitely.
words.
Yeah, off the top.
Okay, this generation, the same way we say, "What up, homie? Hey, what's up, my nigga? Hey, bitch ass nigga, huh?"
Yeah.
Nah.
Like y'all, they straight up acting like women. You know what I'm saying? The women be like, "Oh, this is my bitch." You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't. So the mindset somewhere along the lines, man, the somewhere along the lines, there's been some poison put in the water. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So
that's like I heard some young man call another dude baby. I'm like, what in the hell?
Hey, when you got grown men kissing each other at the award ceremony in the mouth,
Come
I
on,
mean, you know
man.
what I'm saying?
Come on, man. That's
You know?
Right, that violation there, boy.
It's heavy. Let me tap this real quick, man. Let me tap in on this real quick. What's up, big bro? So Mo KC Hunt says, I don't have a problem with women being gold diggers as long as they are willing to be in their role position to earn that gold. That's different. I've never thought of it like that, never looked at it like that. In the same aspect, you better be able to support that lifestyle too. You know what I'm saying? But to each of their own. You know what I'm saying? Me personally, I can't afford it, so I ain't with it. You know what I'm saying? I'm just gonna keep a spade a spade. Mo K Hunt again says, simply put, be in your role and I'll be in my role as a provider. And okay, so yeah, he's clarifying it. Be in your role, I'll be in my role as a provider and a protector. That means that she should fully submit. She can earn all the gold she can get. Her job is to secure the best man that she could submit to. And if that means getting the best valued man, that's what it is. I can't argue that. He furthermore says, the reason why men are so-called acting like women is because they are being raised by the single parent, which is the mother. So they take on her trauma and her emotional content. I'm glad you said it. I didn't want to say it. That's where my mind is. Again, statistically, it is a fact. You can look it up for yourself, do the research yourself. It is a fact that children that are raised in single-parent homes with the father as the single parent is the equivalent to being in a two-parent home. When the child is raised in a single-parent household with the mother, statistically, and the government knows this because they're the ones that are running the test, which will lead to my next question. When in the house with the mother, the child comes out damaged and more prone to be incarcerated or lead to an early death. So now that I have three guys on the panel, old school, who have probably dealt with child support, I don't know about baby mama drama, none of that, but three different guys, I have to ask you guys the same question that I've asked in the past. If the government is running the test and they have come up with the statistics that have proven this, you got a question as to why the government is giving custody to the mothers from birth.
To eliminate the father. To take him out the picture.
Look, I'm glad somebody on the page. Thank you.
I mean, that should be common knowledge. You take him out the picture.
It is. It is common knowledge.
It's the actual break down the family structure. You know, it's designed. I don't care how you look at it. It's designed.
100.
It's definitely designed.
Yeah, it's breaking down the family structure. So you take this man out the picture. You
Right.
leaving this mother to raise him and try to teach him to be a man, which is virtually impossible. But
Right.
a lot of women will claim they can. You can't. You know, I hate to burst y'all little bubble on that one, but no woman can teach a boy to be a man.
But also
Big facts.
Also in the same sentence though, it's a lot of men, you know what I'm saying, they run. You know what
Yes.
I'm saying?
Yeah.
They run from the responsibility of being a dad.
That's
You
Okay.
know,
Mhm.
They it's like they want the, you know what I mean? They want the Father Days and all that type of stuff, and you know, but that is more. You're a father every day. You feel what I'm saying? So the holidays and all that type of stuff. When you're a father, that's every day. It's not just one specific day. That okay, well I got cards, I got gifts. Look. You're a father every day, so it's a gift for you every day because you're seeing your kid grow, you're seeing your kid, you know, be inspired, and you know he's doing something with himself or she's doing something in her life. You know what I mean?
Right.
That's a gift in itself.
Right. Hold on 1 second. Before I do that, let me touch on that too. Here's the other side of that coin that is not being here's the other side of that coin that's not being put out there. So it is pointed out to it is projected into society that men are avoiding or running from responsibility. Okay, that is one of the biggest misconceptions ever. A lot of the guys that are allegedly ducking are not ducking the responsibility of their children. They're avoiding the mothers, but it appears that way because the mother has custody. So
you have deadbeat mothers too. You know, that's facts.
The most poisonous thing that a mother can do is keep the father away from the child. Or the child away from the father. The sad thing about it is a lot of times what happens is the other side of the coin doesn't get reported as much, kind of like male rape.
Right.
Reality is it does happen. But this is something that's on hush hush. If you take the time to talk to a lot of the fathers that are labeled as deadbeats, ask them on an up and up. Hey man, why you don't see your kids? If you ask 10 of them, 7 or 8 of them are going to tell you it's because the mom keeps me away. Mm-hmm. But I go to the games. I'm there in the shadows. I watch. They just don't see me. If your child is having a birthday party, okay, your mom, I'll use myself. Though it, let me throw this out there right now, because I'm pretty sure the mothers of my children are listening or probably will watch later. No, the mothers of my children do not, and I repeat, they do not keep me away from my children. I see my children. Now, but using myself as an example for this scenario, this is just there are some fathers. Oh man, my mom, the mothers won't let me see my child. Da 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 da. But I know that my child is having a birthday party at the park. The park is a public establishment. Now I don't want to cause no scene, so I'm across the field and I'm watching. My son has a baseball game. It's a public. It's a public establishment. You can't tell me I can't be here. But I don't have to come sit next to the mother or sit in the same bleachers as you. I can stand at the fence and watch. Now, does this go reported to the child? Absolutely not. Oh, see, your father don't give a damn about you. He don't know. Unbeknown to them, he been watching the whole step of the way, watching you grow up from the shadows. There's a lot of us that have animosity toward our fathers, that our mothers kept us away. But we never took the time as adults to go back and say, hey man, what's your side of the story? And 9 times out of 10, he's gonna get it to you straight. And we just had this conversation in the last podcast. Every boy on the planet oh man, this bitch ain't shit. Da 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 da. But as soon as the mother call your mama a bitch, you ready to tear their head off.
Right.
The one person that can tell you the truth about how much of a bitch your mama is your father, because he was with her in a relationship. He gonna tell you everything. But as the boy, as the son to the mother, we have these goggles on where our mothers are gods. They could do no wrong. Go talk to your father. He gonna tell you just exactly how imperfect your mother is. But there's a lot of us that are not ready for that conversation because we heard what mama said. We heard the poison that mama gave us. We heard her rendition and ran with it like it was law. Nobody's perfect. Every story has two sides to it.
And then the truth.
There you have it. There you have it. You see what I'm saying? But you will never deduce the truth if you ain't heard both sides of the story.
Right.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying mama lying, but damn, at least hear your father out.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna keep it real. Even myself, for the longest, I held that animosity because I heard what my mama said. You see what I'm saying? Bro, sitting down with my father, having a heart to heart, even though I had my epiphany before I had sat down and talked with him. But I tell you what, sitting down talking with him truly opened up my eyes. Because when you start seeing your mother as a human being versus a god or a goddess, bro, when you can see your own mother as a human being, there's nothing there's not a woman on this planet that can. You might you be on point in a whole different light. Because this is the woman that you idolized. As my mother, to quote my mother, she used to tell me, she say, you want to know about women? Come talk to me. She say, I know the games that women play. I just don't play them anymore. Bro, that's some of the realest shit I had ever heard. Because my mother sat down. Here's the thing. When a woman gives you knowledge about another woman, they hate that. You see the post on Facebook and this, that, and the third where weak ass man is gonna go talk to another one. The reason why he went and talked to another woman, even though if that's what so him going to ask his mother or his grandmother about some advice is weak. Think about this. Women do not want you to get any kind of insight about who they are, what they are. They want to know all about your exes and all this stuff. But as soon as you go talk to, what's up with your man, he ain't shit. They gonna make sure that you don't go talk to none of her exes or none of her baby daddies. I'm just saying, look at it. Look at it. Damn, y'all. Bro, I sent you the link. I don't know if you got it or what, but I did send you the link. Richard, call me. I'll get you in here. Let's see what he's talking about. So back to these comments real quick. Mo KC Hunt. Disrespectful what the gentleman is saying on his comment about why the government is doing this to some aspect or degree. I'm not sure what he means by that. Can you explain what you mean by that, Mo? Biologically incorrect. And it cannot be done for a mother to raise a boy. Yes, 100%. A typo. Okay, thank you. Biologically incorrect. It cannot be done for a mother to raise a boy to be a man. Absolutely not. And biologically speaking, the system or the science behind the system recognizes this, so they create a society in which they can later control. Yes, because if the man is the warrior, and you emasculate him or make him soft, make him feminine, the next generation won't fight back, so they can do whatever the hell they want to do. To elaborate on what he's saying, absolutely, I agree with you 100%. Softening up the troops. Everyone knows that women. Everyone knows that women, being the sensitive creature, can be also finessed or emotionally controlled. So they make sure the men can take on the ideology of such, so they can later control him. I'm 100% on board. I do know where you're coming from. Yes, sir. Casey Mo. I mean, I said Casey Mo. Mo KC says they're not ducking responsibility. They're fleeing from a quarrelsome woman. Interesting. Yes, that was supposed to say with respect to what the gentleman was saying. I agreed to everything he was saying. Basically, LOL. Understood. Hey man, that's why I be trying to get people to call in or come in, you know what I'm saying, speak their piece, and you know what I'm saying, because when we get into a spiel, you'll see fast how the and you know what I'm talking about. Them comments, you know what I'm saying.
That emotion can come into play.
Yes.
A whole different conversation. I was just confused by it. I wasn't aggravated.
I've been doing this shit for 10 years.
Yeah.
You know what it is.
Yes.
Because I was like, wait a minute, did I read it right? Or
see, and that's why I asked for clarification, because see, like, all right, so I've seen other people do their podcasts, and like I've sat in on podcasts, and the host is so engulfed in what they saying, they don't interact with their audience. So like there'd be piles of comments, and then the show will shut down, and now you're getting notifications of them responding. That ain't. I try to get on every. Hey, what's happening? Let's talk. You know what I'm saying? So I'm in the process of. I'm in the process of trying to incorporate a legitimate call-in number. You know what I'm saying? That way they can pop in, they can call in, state their piece, get off my line, next caller. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to get it. I mean, I'm trying to, you know what I'm saying? I'm trying to do big things here. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So if anybody has any ideas as to how to do that, somebody did mention to me, it's getting hot in here. Somebody did mention to me to try a WhatsApp number. I don't know. I'm gonna try something because, like I said, we got two guests that are sitting in the audience that want to speak, and I know as a viewer myself, you think faster than you can type. You know what I'm saying? And you be having so much that you be wanting to say, and it'd be like, man, damn, what, hold on, how do you say, you know, yeah, man, that gets rough, you know what I'm saying? Next thing you know, you start losing viewers because they can't interact. But so I'm working on it. Righteous. Hey, Panky, I appreciate you for that, man. On the help on the setup. Hey, if you want to get in on this conversation, not in on the conversation, but if you want to get on the panel, got some things that you want to say, please call in. Hit the DM and I'll just pull you in that way. Yeah, man. Drew, when you got time, get you a laptop, bro. I'm gonna help you set this joint up. I'm telling you, this is it, especially for your movement, bro. So, real quick, man, go ahead and plug what you got going on, man. That you because you said that you've been doing it for 10 years, but you're on here. I want you to tell the people what you do. Please do.
Well, you know, I started a vision back in 2016 called Save Our City. And I mentor, you know what I'm saying, the younger generation. I'm a volunteer in my community, you know what I'm saying. I do a lot of different things. Go to schools, You know, I try to even help older, you know what I'm saying, people even my age or younger, you know, to understand what they need to do instead of, you know, sitting around complaining about life and being more productive when it comes to life. You know what I'm saying? And you know, I just feel like, and I believe this wholeheartedly, that you have to do the work. You have to really put your mind to it if you want to do it. You know what I'm saying? You can, I mean, we could say all day what you want to do or what you want to change. But if you're not complying to change or doing, you know, it's never going to happen. It's like smoke and mirrors, basically. That's the, you know, that's the thing. You know, everybody continue on to complain about what's going on in the city, but it continues because there's no change in the mindsets. There's no change in the cycle. It hasn't broke yet. You know, the kids, the younger kids are growing up with the same mentality and doing the same old things. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, my goal is to just keep on doing what I'm doing. And like I said, it's been 10 years and it don't stop and it won't stop. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Being sincere, you know, we clicked up a number of years ago. We did a song called Just Believe. And it took off from there. You know what I'm saying? So we just, you know, he's doing his podcast thing, I'm doing my thing. And I'm going to keep on doing it. And, you know, I'm definitely going to come back on here and support my guy. You know what I mean? And, yeah, we was just talking earlier about, you know, linking up and doing some positive things, maybe getting a team together, a sports team, you know, all kinds of things. So be aware, man, because, you know, this space right here, I've been around for a minute, and, yeah, we're going to be doing some big things. So I appreciate y'all.
I appreciate you too, man. That's what's up. Hey, also any any links where they can tap in merchandise or even to tune in and view your podcast. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Drop
tune in on my I'm on you know what I'm saying? I'm on Facebook right now. It's Kachino Henderson.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? CACHINO Henderson. You know what I'm saying? I be live on there like every two days a week, you know what I'm saying, speaking on topics. And also you know, my merchandise, you know, my tees, my dude Justin Cox from 330 Creations, you know what I'm saying? He do my t-shirts. I got a number of t-shirts. I got live your life, love your life, live, love, respect your life, you know, mental illness is real. You know, I got a number of t-shirts. So if you go on the 330 Creations website and type in Drew, you know, because that used to be my rap name back in the day, because I also used to rap. So if you go on there and check that website out, and then, you know, my face will pop up and you'll see all the different t-shirts that was created with the Save Our City movement. And yeah, it's a lot of them. It's about 10, 11, 12 of them. You know what I mean? With all messages on them. So, you know, I just continue on to, you know, bring that positivity as it should be. You know what I'm saying? So I appreciate y'all.
Man, appreciate you too, man. Good looking. Yeah, man. It's we all out here trying to do positive things, you know what I'm saying? And we need to be more supportive of one another. You know what I'm saying? There are no big I's or little U's. There's enough out here for everyone. You know what I'm saying? And the thing about it is when one win, we all win. You know what I'm saying? So like it's you know,
everybody do their part, man.
That's
it.
That's
everybody do their part, man.
It's crazy because they say strength is in numbers, right? But if there's strength in numbers, but you're not unified, then what do you have? You know what I'm saying?
What do you have? Right.
Exactly. You know what I'm saying? It's like, it's crazy as it may seem, right? What happens is you become ooh, I'm gonna get in trouble for this because I know my brother's still watching. But what happens is you become America. You know what I'm saying? United States of America, right? United States, but we all got different constitutions. Make it make sense. You know what I'm saying? All right, bro, I'm gonna get up off America, man. I know you're about to hit me.
Oh man!
Like, look, see, you was doing good till you did that, little bro. I know, man. I know. But yeah, man. Got a question for you. How long do your I know we're off topic, but how long do your podcasts usually run?
They go for like an hour.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's what's up. Do you have a set schedule or just
Nah, I don't have a set schedule. Like I'll it all depends. You know what I'm saying? Whatever I got, going on or whatever. If I usually try to I'll go Monday.
I forgot I late as hell how to get in this motherfucker.
It's all right, you all good.
I'll go Monday, and then I'll do another one Friday. You feel what I'm saying?
Okay.
So, I'll leave a positive message to uplift everybody through the week.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'll come back Friday with a message for everybody to go into the weekend.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? That's how I do it.
That's what's up.
Remember, I used to do them every day.
Yes. Yes. I myself, when I first started, in fact, I still have the schedule up. I need to get back to the consistency. I was doing one every other day. And I did some research, and here come find out the average podcast runs 3 hours. So I'm running 3 hours every other day. And don't get me wrong, sometimes I'm running over, but like it's a lot of work for one person. You know what I'm saying? So absolutely, you definitely want to lock in a team. You know what I'm saying? A&R team, some, you know what I'm saying, research teams, like, bruh.
Right.
My thing is this is when you enjoy it and you see the results, like it may not seem like it, but we've already been on there for an hour. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like it just it runs heavy. It runs heavy.
Oh yeah.
But let's get back to this topic. What's happening, young man?
What's going on? What's good?
Hey, long time no see, bro.
I know, man. How you been?
Hey, man, it's one day at a time, man. I think last time I saw you was
we was
downtown for the Halloween joint.
Yeah.
That was some years ago. I ain't been out in a minute, so.
Yeah.
He said some years ago, so he must have been in his teens.
Not about 25.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, that's what I was saying because you in your 30s now, so that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, this might have been like right before COVID. So like,
That's insane.
You still because remember you had the dreads.
Yeah, my locks. The locks is gone.
Wow.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So,
That's insane.
but no, so basically what I was saying was I feel like there's a lot of kids raising kids, and that's the issue.
Most definitely.
If you look at the teen pregnancy rate now as opposed to when just 10 years ago, it's way higher now. You know what I mean?
Actually, it's not.
I got a cousin same age as me who's a grandmother now.
Right. Well, see, here's the thing, right? Actually, it's lower than when we were kids, when we were teenagers. Because so here's the thing, the reproduction rate has plummeted. It has plummeted significantly due to
maybe the birth control and stuff like that they push now.
Well, that too, but you also got to understand something. In our generation, it wasn't as well accepted to be bisexual or gay. Now
Right,
it's more prominent, it's more openly accepted, so therefore they don't have to hide. So now I'm kind of curious,
Right.
not to be shooting jabs at nobody or nothing like that. I'm just thinking along statistically. How many of these gay guys actually have kids out here running around?
Oh, there's a lot.
You see what I'm saying? Like that's something else.
There's a lot of people who identify as gay, bi, whatever your
Yes.
whatever you identify your pronouns are, that had to keep up appearances, so they
Yes.
they did reproduce with a woman because they wanted to keep up appearances, whether it was to their wives or their families or just for themselves.
Just to hide.
People in denial.
Yes, that too. Real quick, get this comment and we'll get right back to it.
Like I said, these kids are ran into these kids, and there's no more big mamas. You know what I mean?
Yes.
There are no more,
Yes.
like you said, there's no more older men pulling these young to the side. Hey, young blood, I've been down that road. That's not what you want to do.
Right.
Even if I messed up, I want to make sure that the next kid or whoever I see, I'm going to make sure that they don't do the same thing. You know what I mean?
Right.
I want to steer them in the right direction. 'Cause I've already been down that path. It's like the path you want to take.
Now let me ask you this.
Right.
Let me ask you this because you're 10 years younger than me. Okay. So do you honestly believe that maybe it's too late for the three of us, but maybe yourself? Because, and this is why I say it that way. Do you honestly believe that a teenager, early 20 guy is actually going to sit up and listen to us? Or do you think that you have a better chance of reaching them yourself because you're closer to the age and they feel like maybe you can relate?
I feel like probably someone around my age would probably have a better chance.
Gotcha.
Because these, not what's wrong with that these parents are trying to be their kids' friends.
Yes, yes.
So with that being said, maybe someone like my age, I could pull, someone that's younger to the side, like, hey, come sit down, let me talk to you real quick,
Right.
But the thing is, like you said, there's strength in numbers. It's gonna take more than just, one person. There needs to be. We need to get to back to where it takes a village. The problem is that a lot of these people now, they don't want you addressing their kid. If their child doing something wrong, you don't want the next person to be like, hey, what your kid is doing is wrong.
Right.
Now you on this person's back. Now you jumping on them.
Right.
Why do you
when I was younger, if I was at a friend's house and I messed up, especially if they was raised by their grandparents,
right?
I get a whooping over there. They would call my grandmother, and then I'm getting a whooping when I get home for embarrassing my grandmother.
100%. So I'm glad you said that. I'm glad you said that because embarrassing your grandmother, and that is part of the reason why when Keisha messes up, and you and I say something to Keisha, her mom, who the hell? Because now you questioning you questioning her parenting. You know what I'm saying? Her parenting style is on trial now. You see what I'm saying? Right. You if I have to address your child and you don't like it, clearly somewhere along the lines you slacking as a parent, sweetheart. Because now instead of you looking at it as, oh, this is something that I can learn from, you want to be offended.
Right.
Right.
They get offended real fast.
Yes.
And sometimes, you know what? And I've seen this situation personally. It's not even that. Some of these parents are way too strict. Way too strict.
What is okay? So let me ask you this:
when they give their kids a little bit of freedom, these kids act like they don't got no self-control because now, I get to do this. I get to. So, prime example, we'll tell you a story. My friend's parents super strict. He started playing sports. So a lot of our stuff we did was after school. So instead of him going home and then trying to find a ride back to, whatever, whether it be our basketball game, football game, track, or whatever, they would say, hey, stay after school, just stay up there after school, and then we'll come to whatever the event was, and then we'll take you home.
Right.
So now, because he had that little bit of freedom, He running buck wild. So when we leave the school, he going to this girl's house and that girl's house. He doing this, and you know what I mean. So I don't feel like that's not nothing against the parents. That's him listening to the blind leading the blind.
Okay,
he listening to the parents like, oh, we get to do this, and I get to do
exactly.
And they make it sound so much. They make it sound so funny.
Okay, so let me because all right. So let me go back to what you said. You said being too strict. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know about the other two fellas on the panel, but I'm gonna ask you this: what is being too strict when it comes to raising a child? Go ahead.
So I feel like being too strict is where you're not letting your kid have any freedom at all.
Okay, let me show you.
You're not letting your kid be a kid.
But you are. Here's the thing, right? Let me show you something. A child's job is to be a child. A parent's job is to be the parent. So when you screw up, a child is going to be sneaky and do this. Okay, you got caught. You see what I'm saying? So face the consequences. Your job is to do within structure, within these confines, this, that, as my job as the parent is to set the guidelines. Let me show you something, right? Society said the same thing. Let me show you these two strict parents, right? Society said that Joe Jackson was too strict. Michael Jackson, the #1 performer in King of Pop. Society said that Richard King, was too strict. Venus and Serena, the top 2 tennis pros in history, singles and doubles. You see what I'm saying? The thing about it is the parent knows what's best for their child. Society is on the outside looking in. You know what's too harsh for your child. You know your limitations for your child. You know your expectations for your child. You see what I'm saying?
I agree.
So this, you're being too strict. The only person that's gonna say that is somebody on the outside looking in.
Hey, let me cut in on this one.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I understand what you're saying by being too strict, but there should be discipline. And discipline is really going to guide your life. So if you got a parent that's letting their kid hang out outside 1, 2 o'clock in the morning, where's the discipline at? That's not giving that kid freedom. That's a child. You're the parent. You need to protect them. There is no way I'm gonna have my kid out at that time of the day, at night or whatever, and I don't know what they're doing. You better be asleep in somebody's house, and you ain't running the street like that. So the saying that is too strict, no, there should be limits, and it does go back to being friends with your kids. You're a child, in my opinion.
So I get what y'all saying. So I won't say strict, but I feel like at the same time, like you said, there should be limits. Like there's no reason why your child should not be allowed to go outside and play as a child.
No, I never lived
There's no reason why your kid has to literally be in the house 24/7 to where you're even homeschooling your kid.
But that's a little out of place to me. That's crazy. But
that's insane.
That's what I'm saying. I've seen these things. That's what I mean.
Okay, so let me ask you this. Hold on 1 second.
So I guess
hold on,
the wrong word.
Hold on 1 second. Let me ask you a question, right? Because each person said the same thing. Yeah, it's a little extreme. Let me ask you this. I'm gonna ask the necessary question. I don't know the parent. What is their justification for doing that?
To protect them, in my opinion. I mean,
we don't know, but I'm saying
we don't. I don't know that for sure. I mean,
right? That's what I'm saying. Has he asked these questions? That's what I'm getting.
Everybody parents differently, because I know the rule for me was when street lights come on, you better be in the house.
That part.
Now,
other
kids in the
neighborhood.
neighborhood.
The fact that this parent is protecting their child from the outside.
Well, all I'm saying is, has he asked the question to this parent as to why they did it?
Because I mean, what I'm saying is
exactly. But see, so on that, which confirms what I said. On the outside, the only person that's going to say that is a person who's on the outside looking in. You just said this is how you feel, but you never even asked the question as to why they do that.
I mean, that's true.
You see what I'm saying?
Okay, so let me ask you this: what if it's a situation where you know for a fact that the parent is used to like being bullied, like the parent was bullied?
Okay,
then that makes sense.
Right.
So now they feel like that's how everybody's going to treat their child, just because that was how, like, they were picked on, just say like they were like nerdy or weird or something like that. So they won't let their child outside and be a child, you know, touch grass.
Okay.
Well, see, that's okay. I'm gonna put it this way. That's probably trauma
100%
on
it
that
is.
parent, and he has, you know, and that's in their mind. They feel that way.
I feel like a lot of these parents nowadays project their trauma on their child.
Right, but here's the thing. There's probabilities and possibilities. And then there's facts and there's truth.
Right.
Was this parent probably bullied? Yeah. All things are possible. Probably safe to assume that could have been. Were they? We don't know. So we lack a fact. Right. Thus, to say so is not the truth. You see what I'm saying? Right. We have to ask the necessary questions. Otherwise, it's just we're assuming, and then it makes it look like, oh well, this person is such a horrible parent, but we don't know. You know what I'm saying? And that's a hard jacket. That's a small jacket to be putting on somebody. You see what I'm saying?
Because honestly, I mean, I was a single dad. You feel what I'm saying? And you know, I protected my son. Like, there was times where, you know, I let him do what he wanted to do. You feel what I'm saying? Until he started doing things that I didn't allow. You know what I mean? Then that's when I had to put my foot down. Like, nah, bro.
Right. Absolutely. As you should.
Right.
No, I'm saying.
Before that, he was able to do what he wanted to do. Like, if he wanted to go to the mall with his friends, cool. You want to go here, cool. But when I started to hear things that I didn't like, oh, nah, bro. You can't do that. Nope. No way. I'm not gonna lose my kid out here.
Right.
I'm not gonna
no, trust me. I agree. Like, I tell my grandparents even now that I'm glad that whenever my parents wasn't doing what they're supposed to, that they stepped up. Because hell, I could be dead or in jail right now.
Right.
You know what I mean? I definitely was hanging out with the wrong crowd and the wrong people. And you know, I'm old enough now that I can admit that. Like, I was, you know, all over Youngstown acting the ass.
Right.
Because my parents weren't strict. They gave me all that freedom. You know what I mean? So I understand completely and I get it. But here's where, like, you know, where my grandparents are like you. Until you give me a reason, I'm gonna let you go out to the park with your friends, let's play basketball. Until you give me a reason, or I'm hearing, oh, you're doing this or that. All right, well now that's where that discipline comes in. Okay, well, guess what? Consequences
and repercussions.
Like, what you
right? Yes.
Oh yeah. There's definitely consequences. There's consequences with everything. For sure.
Let me get caught up on these comments real quick, man, because we falling behind, and then we'll get back on topic. So Mo KC Hunt says it is actually, in reference to what we were talking about earlier, it is actually the exact opposite as far as remember we were talking about teen pregnancies. Is actually the exact opposite. Having children or the practice of the nuclear family is not popular at all, but instead we have hookup culture and abortions at its highest rate. That too, hookup culture, yes, and the abortions, you know, my body, your choice, yes. Furthermore, he says they produce or they can take on kids so that they can convince the next generation to be like they are gay. He says, what is freedom? That's a good question. That is a good question. He says, if you love your children, this is Mo Casey Hunt again. He says, if you love your children like you're supposed to, then discipline is absolutely necessary. In the byproduct of that is going to be a successful child who appreciates what you've done for him or her.
Mhm.
Yes. Not being strict and given too much freedom is to a child. I'm sorry. Not being strict and giving too much freedom to a child is exactly why Justin Bieber was stuck with P. Diddy. Woo! Oh boy.
Oh my goodness gracious!
Wait a minute.
With the Diddy.
No. But here's the thing. That's an interesting point, right? Because here's the thing. Okay, let's get away from Diddy for a minute, right? What about Rihanna to Jay-Z and how she got signed and various others? Like, so that is a valid point. You know what I'm saying? Though Michael Jackson was
I was gonna say, but I mean, you also say the opposite, where you got someone like Michael Jackson who they say his parents are too strict. That he grew up thinking he was a child, being around other children,
right?
And then you have all these allegations.
Okay, now, but here's the thing, right? Again, going back, all things are possible. Many probabilities, facts, and truth. Is it possible that something could have happened? Yeah, all things are possible. Is it probable? They were there. Do we have any facts that anything happened? Every allegation that was tossed his way was recanted. So no. So that's a fact that nothing transpired. You see what I'm saying? So what I'm getting at is this is we know we've heard from Rihanna and her father. We've heard from Justin Bieber out of his own mouth. We've heard from Usher and his mother and various others. We've heard from his ex, Chili, Usher's ex, and the allegations and things. That, and where's he at now? Diddy. And for what?
A number of things.
Okay, so you see what I'm saying? If it walked like a duck, it talked like a duck, it's not a chicken. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
Those who have gone to school for law enforcement, police, and they and such, and they actually legitimately do their jobs because all officers are not bad. They say that there's a each criminal and criminals of certain nature fit a profile. Well, everything that was said about Diddy, ding, 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 ding. Everything that was said about Michael, but it didn't pan out. Everything that was said about Bill Cosby, but it didn't pan out because they didn't fit the profile.
It's hot as hell in here.
I can't help you there. Open up a window.
Yeah, I do.
Can't help you. Open up a window. But yeah, that's a valid point. If the parents, because again, protecting your child, and I understand you want your child to be a star, but maybe here's the thing, right? Let me ask. Yeah, I ain't asked nothing. I'm gonna say it this way, right? If my son, young enough at that age, was talented enough, can he go to Diddy camp?
Hell no.
No.
I mean, could he? Yeah,
because you gotta understand something.
Yeah.
You gotta understand something. I was a recording artist myself. You see what I'm saying? So can he go to Diddy camp? Sure. If I can go, because when I was a recording artist myself, and I had custody of my little dude, and he was a carry-on baby. If I found out, and I knew all the studios in Youngstown. I knew all the studios in Washington, PA. If I couldn't go, if I couldn't get a session that was by myself, which guaranteed that there was nobody in there smoking a cigarette, no weed, no liquor. If it wasn't kid friendly where my son could come, hell, I ain't going. I tell you what, you can cancel this. Oh well, we need you on this track. Shit, I don't know what to tell you.
Right.
You can, you know what? You can ask Bump this one. You know what I'm saying? You can ask the homie. He tell you, yeah, man, shoot. In fact, remember when we did the filming for Isaiah's Melody. You remember that, Drew?
Mm-hmm.
We did all the recording and stuff at his crib.
Yeah.
There was a couple sessions that, hey man, we need you here. I got there. So-and-so, I ain't gonna disclose who. So-and-so was there. He fired up. I spun on my heels. I said, I'll catch y'all at the next one. Where are you going? Shit. So can my son go to Diddy camp? Absolutely, if I can go. But one thing for sure, two things for certain, there's a certain age, bro. You see what I'm saying? Camp Fitch is designed for kids. Camp Diddy had grown folks in there.
Right.
When they asked Usher, well, what did you see? What did he say? Man, I saw some shit that I never thought I'd ever see.
Right. He said he seen some stuff he should have never seen.
So when I got a phone call, hey man, because let's keep it real. I went to camp. I never went to Camp Fitch, but summer camp and shit, I went to that type of shit as a kid. I call home, hey baby, you know, we had the landlines, wasn't no cell phone. You sitting there texting in the other room type shit, you know what I'm saying? Let my kid text me almost, hey, they was over there. Shit, I'm kicking it. I'm Biggie now, kicking the dope, waving the 4-4. Bring my kid to me, damn it. You feel me? Man, shit. Listen, he would have never got a chance to touch mine, ever.
Right. Right.
There would have never, listen, all the allegations in the world. Oh, he did this to Bieber. He did this to, there would have never been an allegation on mine because as soon as I would have got the phone call and shit, this party is interrupted. In fact, I'd have been on the news.
Yep.
This parent here crazy than the motherfucker. He wasn't even shit. Listen, what's the security? Hey, look, homeboy, get the fuck out of my way. I'm gonna drill you. I'm telling you right now. I need mine up out of here like yesterday. You see what I'm saying? There was no other. Think about this. When Bieber was being mentored, when this minor was being mentored, when this person was being mentored, it was never a group. It was always a one-on-one session. He didn't say Bieber and Bieber didn't say, yeah, man, he had me and Usher bent over. He said he had me. Usher said he had me wrestling over the cornflakes or whatever. The fuck?
Mm-mm.
Along those lines, I'm gonna disclose some things, right? Let me explain something to you, right? When you do the research and you understand certain things, in order to be a victim, 3 things have to be in place. 3 things have to be in place. If one of these things are missing, it can't happen. 3 things need to be in place: vulnerability, opportunity, and accessibility. All 3 things of these components have to be in place in order to be a victim. Now, think about what I just said. Think about it. Every person that was victimized by Diddy, allegedly, because he hasn't been convicted yet. Opportunity, he had plenty of opportunity, did he not?
Right.
Accessibility, he had one-on-one time with these people, right? And vulnerability, they were all minors. If you do this, I'm gonna make you a star. If you tell, because trust and believe, I mean, don't get me wrong, I don't know much about it, but I'm pretty sure I don't give a damn how much the dosage. If you give a minor some GBH, it's probably gonna kill him. Because if it's gonna knock out an adult for weeks at a time, it's probably gonna kill him. I don't give a damn how much you give it to him. A minor is probably gonna kill him. But these 3 things have to be present in order, and all 3 of them is there. All 3 of them is there in every single case dealing with Diddy.
Yeah, man, that's crazy.
100%. But to answer your question, Mine would have been at Diddy camp, but I'd have been right there too. So
I'd have been present.
hey, look, I need a spare bedroom, dress it up like a hotel room. I need 2 king size, one on this side, one on that side. Thank you, good looking. You know what I'm saying? Shit.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? Oh, you want my kid to be a star? Sure. See, it's a little bit harder. It's a little bit harder for shit like that to go down at a beauty pageant, these kid beauty pageants, because there's a bunch of kids there.
Right.
But when you got a minor and a bunch of adults, there's a reason why you go to McDonald's and you get a job at 16, 15, you need to have a permit. And you can only work certain hours during the day, right? There's a reason for that. Because you can't be on a one-on-one time with the manager, bro.
It's a lot of these parents' fault that these.
It's 100% their fault.
Yeah, it's a lot of it, man. A lot of these parents, man.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? What do you say?
A lot of these parents, they were like, oh, hey, go ahead and drop your kid off and go ahead and we'll make a star and you come back in about 2-3 weeks.
Right.
But you want to drop my kid off with you.
Yeah, that ain't
2-3 weeks with no contact to the outside world.
Mm-mm.
Right.
Nah.
Man, look, man, and look, and I missed this one. I forgot all about her. It's been so damn long. Big bro say, should I mention Aaliyah? We all knew it was going down.
Right. So we mentioned Nickelodeon.
That part.
Yeah.
That part. But here's the thing.
That documentary just came out.
Here's the thing.
That shit was crazy.
Right, but here's the thing. It hits closer to home with Aaliyah because Aaliyah was our age.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? If Aaliyah was alive, hold on, let's see.
She be in her 40s.
Hold on,
Yeah.
wait. How old would Aaliyah be if she was still alive? She'd be 46. She'd be my age.
Let's say she's been in her 40s.
You see what I'm saying? I thought she was a little bit
before
older
my
than that.
time.
Yeah, I thought she was a little bit. But you see what I'm saying? So that hits close to home like a fool. Because here it is, she my age. That would be like, bro, that would be like being your little sister. And that would be like being your little sister.
Right.
You get what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Truth be told, it kind of hits real close to home, like the situation that I dealt with. You remember Adam Walsh?
Mm-hmm.
He's a year older than me. You see what I'm saying? He got abducted, murdered, beheaded, and mutilated the whole nine. Was tampered with. His body was tampered with by Otis Toole. Excuse me. Fast forward. His father, John Walsh, the creator of not the Amber Alert, but the Adam Alert, and also America's Most Wanted, the TV show.
Yeah.
It hits close to home, bro.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? When I was a kid, I remember my mother used to tell me, I said, Mom, can I go to the toys section? Remember how Toys R Us used to have the game controllers and all that stuff? Mom, can I go over to the toy section? She said, all right, Adam, never mind, I'm cool. You know what I'm saying? Nah, I'm cool. You know what I'm saying? It don't matter how much kung fu you know, how well you throw these hands, that type of shit, man. Get right, get straight. That's your Scared Straight program right there, bro. Real talk. You know what I'm saying? Real talk. He says real quick, man, tapping on that again. He says, not being strict or having discipline for your child is we already, yeah, 100%. Is the exact reason why Usher was stuck with P. Diddy at the age of 15, seeing things he shouldn't have. Exactly. And so I wish he would, because I sent him the link. I wish he would tap in because, so for those of you who are unaware, Mo Casey Hunt is my biological brother. Okay. He is the first recording artist, R&B artist, to sign with Dr. Dre's label under Aftermath. Had a very, 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 very great music career. Songwriter, producer, et cetera, plaques, the whole nine.
Wait a minute, did he do music with Sam?
Yes. So Sam, Ike Vega.
Okay, so I met him before then. I met him at Got a Flow Records back in the day.
Okay, so you know who he is. Let me tell you exactly what group he originally was a part of.
Who's who?
Yes, exactly. yes. So I say that to say this, right? He can tell you some of the corruption firsthand. You know what I'm saying? Not that he's been exploited or anything like that. You know what I'm saying? But he can tell you there is some dirty shit going on in this industry. You know what I'm saying? And it doesn't just stop there. You know what I'm saying? The music industry, those who want to get in film, there's a reason why they call it the casting couch. It's a lot of things. You know what I'm saying? Some are on the up and up, and some aren't. You know what I'm saying? And just like in society with our class of people, you know what I'm saying, and the working class, you have some who are on the up and up, and you got some motherfuckers that deserve to be up under the jail. You know what I'm saying? So all walks of life, man. Just because you got money don't mean that you exempt. You know what I mean?
Right.
But yeah, man. And what you got over there, man?
No, I'm just listening. Go ahead. Keep going.
Oh, yeah, I know you listening. I thought I seen you over like you was studying something. I thought you had something. I was about to say, man, give it, share. Shoot, what you got?
I do 20 things at once, but
hey,
I'm there.
Hey, Ed, I'm lightweight over here cheating. I was trying to catch the reflection off of your glasses, but you turned
No. I'll look at porn later, but
whoops.
You know, low key pervert. I ain't gonna lie.
Hey,
but
look, we grown.
We all grown here, so you know how it goes. No, I agree with what y'all saying, man. It's I don't know what the answer is, to be for real, you know.
You know,
I really don't.
It's crazy because I was sitting there thinking, like, we have, and you mentioned in the past on a previous podcast, previous episode, we know what the problem is. We've identified the problem.
Yeah.
What is the solution?
Yeah,
that's where, like, I'm like on the fence, bro. Like, and that's why I was asking Richard. I'm like, okay, you're younger than us. We're considered dinosaurs. Oh, you old man, you don't know what the fuck you talking about. Sit down somewhere. You pretty much want to push us down a hill and say die. You know what I'm saying? So, like, is it too late for us to even be opening our mouths? You know what I'm saying?
I don't think it's too late. It's just the proper platform.
See, I don't feel like it's too late because I still feel like that, you know, people like y'all three, or well, you four, you know what I mean? There's some stuff that I can still learn from y'all that I can still pass down to, you know, the younger generation.
And that's what I'm saying. Does it got to trickle down the ladder? Because coming straight from us, you know what I'm saying? Get out of here, old mother. You know what I'm saying? This type of shit. You know what I'm saying? Now we ready to, like, disrespect. Who you talking? Come here. You know what I'm saying?
I don't even feel like it's that. I feel like it's a case by case basis. It's who's willing to learn, who's willing to listen.
Okay.
I don't really feel like the age has. I mean, in a way it does. I feel like it has to do with the mentality. Like, are you willing to take this knowledge?
Right.
Because trust me, I would much rather, you know, get the game from someone who's way older than me and, you know, not so close to my age, because shit, you barely know what you're talking about. You just barely made it past my age.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
You know what I mean? So, like,
not only that,
dude was at AutoZone working on my part, a little bit older than me, who was talking about it, and he was like, "Oh, yeah, this," and even though that's his job, he worked at AutoZone. I was like, No, sorry. Let me call my grandpa real quick.
Hell no. Hell no.
I mean, even that with like the four of
But
us.
that's just, and that's how I've always been. I always, you know, when something just didn't seem right or I had questions, I would ask my grandfather. Like, and like I said, these are professionals and at their job, but I'm like, nah, let me go ahead and ask my grandpa real quick. And we go. I mean, but so that kind of worked out for me because I went to AutoZone, out of car. My car wouldn't stay running. Run for 15 minutes, then it would die. So I'm like, all right, I got all the battery. Get a new battery, put it in. Nope, same thing. Alternator. So I'll switch the alternator, same thing. Oh, well, you got a bad batch of batteries and a bad batch of alternators. I said, all right, well, what the hell are y'all selling me? So after, you know, I get my money back for those, because apparently wasn't neither one of those things. I called my grandfather. He told me, he said, always start with the simplest thing. He said, it's probably some corrosion. Sure enough, I open my hood, it's a little bit of corrosion, they're stopping the connection. I exposed some new wire, no issues at all, drive all the way from Texas to Ohio with no issues.
Wow.
Nice.
You know what I mean? And yeah. And like that is like I said, it's yes, it's gonna have to trickle in a way, but at the same time, I do feel like there are some younger kids, well, I'll say young men out here who are willing to sit down with the older generation and actually listen.
Yeah.
It's just like I said, it's a case by case basis.
Right.
I can't.
So some get it and some will, and then there's some that just, you know, there's some that will not.
Right, and like another thing that y'all had, and I had typed in the thing, a lot of, you know, men being raised by just their moms, and I feel like with this age and this generation, everything's social media.
Yep.
So now these women out here, yeah, it's fine, be Mr. Independent, but I don't need a man and da-da-da-da-da. Okay, that's fine. If that's how you feel. But just know when you're telling your son this, and this, he's going out in the street, he's like, oh, well, my mom said, okay, well, guess what? Okay, probably put the damn water boy. Well, mama said, well, mama was drunk.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Even though I was a single mom, I did have a lot of male role models around me.
Right.
You know, and I feel like that's essential.
Yeah.
In a male's life, is you gotta have some kind of male role model around you. I'm gonna turn off my camera real quick.
Okay.
I gotta go help my neighbor because she don't got no man and she need to unhook his hoses. So I'm right back.
Okay.
And what was you saying?
No, I was gonna say, I mean, between us, did you really listen to anybody older to you when you was that age, like, you know, 20s, maybe 30? Did you listen to everybody? I would say that.
Did I?
Yeah. Did you really? I mean, because there are people that probably, you know, set you down and say, hey, you should do this and do that.
All right, so
but the thing is, did you really listen?
So for me, hold on one second. Hold on one second. Let me figure this out real quick because I don't want to hear their conversation.
Yeah.
And I can't mute them because they're on a shared thing. So I'm gonna need him to. Man, this looks weird as all get out. Give me 1 second. Let me get this squared away. All right. So to answer your question, did I, on a personal level, I'm kind of what's the best way to say this? I'm kind of an exception to the rule on that one. Yes, I did. But because I was incarcerated, so I had no choice but to sit down and learn on the fly quick, because not listening or taking heed could have cost me my life.
Okay.
You get what I'm saying? So you got to figure 17 years old, you're in the cell blocks with lifers, and it's like, okay, well, nigga, you only 21. Fuck you talking about? But shit, you've been here a couple more calendars than I have. You know what I'm saying? So
Right.
you might be dropping me some life-saving shit. Now you got to be able to filter the bullshit from the real shit. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I'm kind of exception to that rule. Now, under normal circumstances, would I have listened? Knowing me, fuck no. You know
That's what I'm saying. So I don't look at it as just strictly a age thing. It's,
you know what I'm saying?
it's like, you know, like we're saying, is the person you're talking to willing to listen?
Right. Hold on one second. Chino, man, if you still there, man, you can tap back in, man. I was trying to get Richard off the conversation because we were hearing this personal conversation, and that's not what we're about. But yeah, man, no, at that age, no. If the circumstances was different, nah, you can't tell me nothing. You know what I'm saying? You can't tell me nothing. You know, just being completely honest, I wasn't. You got to figure like this, right? I listened to my mama within reason, and at the time, I didn't want to hear what the hell she had to say. So, what make you think I'm gonna listen?
Exactly. Because I mean, you know, I know there were moments that somebody told me something, and I was like, okay, you know, like, yeah, I hear you, but I'm not really listening to you. You know,
look, I hear you and don't want to hear you. You know,
right?
I wish I wasn't hearing you. Yeah, absolutely. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. That's one thing, man. We wanted the same in that aspect. Ain't no faking or fronting for nothing. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? That's just who. I ain't want to hear you, but yeah, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? But
then sometimes at the same time, those lessons catch on later on.
Oh,
you know, it's like it come back to you. You go, oh, okay, now I get it.
Yeah. And
now I see what they was.
Yeah, that comes with time and maturity.
Yeah,
yes, sir. Because like I said, on the up and up, 17, man.
Like so you can tell me nothing.
Nah, look.
I knew it all.
Right. I look good. I got women chasing after
right.
I got some jewelry.
I know everything.
You know what I'm saying? I got a little money in my pocket and then what? You know what I'm saying? But yeah, you can't tell me jack shit.
Couldn't even convince me that you were right. You know?
I mean, because you got to feel like this. If I was hearing anybody, I'd have heard my mother. But shit, obviously, I wasn't hearing her because she told me get out. You know what I'm saying? You know, so you know, you gotta be real about it. You know what I'm saying? You gotta be real about it. Yeah, buddy. But yeah, man. This was. I you know what? I'm glad. I'm glad we were able to do this, and I was glad that more male voices actually tuned in and actually came in. It was definitely needed, bro, because this is a topic, and again, like I said, it's not an easy open and shut case because we know what the issue is. Now, how do we solve it? That's the thing. And it's like, that's
the hard part there.
Yes.
He goes, I don't know. I don't know if it's just being out of tune with younger generation or what it is.
Shit, ain't no telling.
What does it take to actually reach them? Because a lot of them are just lost. There's no other way to say it. You just shake your head when you're talking to them. You know, like
Yeah, you got to.
like damn, man. You know.
Yeah. Hey, you ever feel like you ever feel like when these little young cats be talking to you, man, you ever feel like you feel sorry for them?
Yeah, I do a lot. A lot. I ain't even gonna lie about that. It's like I just go, man, if you really could see into the future,
Yeah.
and see where your path is headed,
Mhm.
you might understand where I'm coming from.
Yeah.
But
Absolutely.
I think a lot of them were just raised to be. They have a hopeless feeling about themselves.
Probably.
You know, they like, sure, why not? You know, why not keep doing what I'm doing? Because nothing's gonna get any better.
Right.
And when you try to convince them, they still had that look in their eye like, yeah, you just talking. It's not going to get any better than what's going on right now.
Yeah. I was trying to talk to this one kid one day. He was in the wrong, and I was like trying to be very patient. And then in the midst of his responses, I remember saying to myself, like, damn, man, where is your dad at? You know what I'm saying? Like, shit, you know what I'm saying? Like, not even your dad, man. Where's your uncle? Like, because I already knew he was raised by his mom. It was just him and his mama. And I'm saying to myself, man, like,
But baby,
damn, like, yo, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's crazy.
I'll see you later.
It's sad, bro, because like if these mothers could only see, not even see, if they could truly understand the damage that's being done and how they're being used as a weapon. You know what I'm saying? Like it's just crazy. It's crazy.
You know, but you also got to consider how many of them didn't grow up with their daddy.
That too.
You know, so if you don't have an example, what you got to go off of?
You're right. I mean, yeah. That.
You know, I mean, if it trickles down like that, you know, if that parent was raised by a single parent,
yeah,
or I say single mother,
yes,
you know, father for whatever the reasons may be was nowhere around, wasn't involved, then you can't expect that person as a single mother to make her son better.
No.
You know, all she's gonna teach him is what she knows.
Right. And the cycle continues,
and then it just keeps going on and on and on.
It's painful, man. And as a parent, you know, it hurts, bro. You know what I'm saying? To see these boys like that. And then it also, you know what? Also, I have to be honest. Some of it triggers me. And the reason why I say that is because it takes me back to when it was just me and my mom.
Mm-hmm.
And like feeling less than a man, and like, because I knew this wasn't it. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I knew that wasn't it. I'm like, man, let me, you know what I'm saying, give me my space, man. Like, you know. But then some of the lessons that she would give, you know what I'm saying, you're the man of the house, and da 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 da. And I remember there was a time period. There was a time period after my parents' divorce where I remember saying to myself, man, it's confession time. There was a time period where I said to myself, damn, I wish she'd get a boyfriend or something. You know what I'm saying?
Right, to get off your back, huh?
Yeah, man. Damn, go date somebody. Shit, you know what I'm saying? Shit, like, man, you know, you got your foot all in my neck, man. Go, man, go look over here. Go, like, shit. Oh, yeah, man. It's it's damaging, bro. It's damaging. You know what I'm saying? Both parents are essential to the development, but yeah, you know, whew, you know, here's the thing. Here's the crazy part. Men are protective of their daughters.
Mm-hmm.
In a broken home environment, right? I've never heard a man say, "Give me my daughter," or give me custody of my daughter. Because deep down, that man knows that he cannot turn her into a woman.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
He's not fighting you.
He's not going to fight you, but it's like, hey, you go ahead and take that because I know I'm going to be useless with
bro.
making her into a woman. Yeah.
Bro, to the point where, remember Poetic Justice?
Mm-hmm.
Pac had his daughter. He took her from the dope fiend mama.
Mm-hmm.
But what did he do? He found a woman that was worthy to help him raise his daughter.
Because he knew.
Man, come on, man. So you get what I'm saying? Men be on point. We be knowing. You know what I'm saying? Like,
right.
yo. So when the man is screaming, "Yo, give me my son," you know what I'm saying? He tell you this for a reason.
Yeah, you should. She should give him up.
Man,
you know, and then not only use it as a threat, because I told you before, I went through that situation where my son's mother was like, "Oh, I'm gonna send you go live with your daddy." I said, "Go right ahead."
Yeah, I wish you would.
I wish you would, because he's gonna come back totally different from what you've been seeing. I'm like, don't send him over.
Right. Look, if he come back.
If he come back, because I told her, I said, I'm gonna tell you the truth. Within the first couple of days, he's gonna be calling you begging to come back.
Exactly.
Because he's gonna find out this stuff you've been pulling, man, that ain't gonna work.
Right.
It ain't gonna work at all.
Right, but when his maturity kick in, he like, oh man, shit, nah, Pop just trying to turn me into a man, and then he gonna be on the level with you.
Right, just trying to get you right. That's all.
That's all. You know what I'm saying? To the point where y'all sit up and start having, hey, yo, Pop, man, there's this chick, man, I seen, you know what I'm saying? Hey, give me some, how I do this?
What should I do? Right.
Hey. You know what I'm saying?
She used to do that a lot when I found out later, but she told me, she said, I used to do that a lot when I was like, what stopped you?
Right.
You should have called and say, hey, I got his bags packed. Come get him. All right, cool.
Exactly.
All right, no problem.
Turn me into the boogeyman.
Right, no problem.
You know listen, don't be trying to villainize me.
Yeah, don't make it as a threat. I'm like, no.
Right.
If you called and said that, yeah, come on. Hey, bring them on through.
Exactly. See, and that's damaging to a boy.
Mm-hmm.
As a boy, as a future man,
right?
Any boy that would rather be up under his mother or a woman figure ain't right.
Mm-hmm.
All he's doing is ducking his future responsibility of who he is.
Right.
So, ladies, when you have these boys and they don't turn out right, or they emasculated or acting sissified, stop all that. Well, we're all the real men. Shit.
Yeah, blame yourself.
Look in the mirror.
For real, blame yourself. For real.
Yeah. In the mirror. What? Hey, look, I don't even like this cat, right? But what do you say? Look in the mirror, and I see a great man. Yeah, But how did he do that?
To growth.
The dudes that he was around in the streets, the dudes that he was around in prison, and there was some kind of role model, male role model.
Somebody was
exactly.
There. Hey, you on the wrong path, man.
Big facts. Big facts. I'm not a fan of him at all. I'll take Starlito over him any day.
Mm-hmm.
But the thing about it is, and it's not to say that he's not a good musician, but in the same aspect, he's on point there. And I'm gonna give props where props is due. Yes, sir. Shoot, man.
Did everybody else bail out? What's up?
You know what? Here's the thing. I feel like realistically, we 2 hours in.
Mm-hmm.
It's been real. I feel like, truth be told, because we had good numbers for a good run.
Okay.
I feel like what happened was people got what they needed, and they left, and that's a beautiful thing because it's a beautiful day outside. I ain't trying to hold nobody hostage,
No,
but
no.
you know, some things need to be addressed, and damn it, I'm gonna tell it like it is. You feel me? We just shy of 2 hours. It's all good. We got 2 viewers. One of them, I think, is me. So with that, I you know, you got any closing comments?
Nah, I'm surprised no women tuned in, but hey.
Right. You know what I'm saying? But again,
But they might have. I can't say that.
well, I'm gonna say like this, right? They ain't have much to say. So what they was doing was they was soaking up the knowledge.
But it's good.
You see what I'm saying? That's a beautiful thing. And to the guys who tuned in and definitely participated, man, I appreciate y'all, man, greatly. And I hope to see y'all in future episodes. Please don't be a stranger, man, because the male voices definitely need to be heard, especially on this platform. To my female viewers that have been loyal from day one, I greatly appreciate y'all. Thank you so much for the input and insight that you guys give, the push and the challenge that y'all give. You know what I'm saying? Again, without communication, you can't get nowhere. You know what I'm saying? So remember, it's not an argument. We just having dialogue. It's a beautiful thing. I appreciate y'all, man. On that note, shoot, it's been real.
All right.
Yes, sir. Catch y'all on the next one, man.
Yes.
Thanks for tuning in.
Yep.
Maniac, schizophrenic flow. Bishop, Mulatto up. These bitches hate me, but they all hoe. Fuck a nigga bolo.